Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go over the daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas, some of my favorite sectors, and we'll jump right into it and give you my financial opinion. So I've got the light crude oil futures behind me. We've been chopping back and forth in this megaphone pattern. This is the megaphone pattern. I still think we've got some upside room if we can run and make it all the way to maybe like $92 or so. So I think we still have some upside if we want to run up to the top of this megaphone pattern. But it's looking good. We were up 0.75%, 65 cents to a little over $87. Natural gas breaking to the upside, up 9% today. Looks quite strong. XOP up a little bit, but we're in this kind of resistance area, trying to break through this resistance. Let me put it on the log. We're right there trying to break through it. Big picture view. We've got this big long-term downtrend line that we're trying to break out of. And that's where we're at, where we're sitting at. SM Energy getting a little bit of buy-in pressure today, up 2.15%. We're just bullish engulfing, coming up and chopping sideways. We've got some resistance up here. CDEV, basically a flat day today, 0.76% up, which is flat for these small, highly volatile companies. I think this looks good. Big buying pressure, small selling pressure. It still looks like the buyers are in control. Crew Energy, the same thing. Big buying pressure, small selling pressure. Buyers came in today, pushed it higher. This is CWEGF. And I think this could potentially move on up still. Looks good. CPE, chopping sideways, big buying pressure, small selling pressure, and hopefully the buyers step in and do their magic. Magic Mike. So Athabasca Oil, yep, it's just chopping sideways about its strong resistance line that's coming across here. It's trying to break through it. Recaf, moving sideways. We're just moving on sideways with Recaf. I'm still holding on to my shares, guys. I'm holding strong, waiting for a move. Northern Oil and Gas, NOG, we'll call it the NOG. We're getting buy-in pressure, big bullish engulfing coming on up. I still think it looks good to move higher. I don't see any reason to shift yet. CPG looks good. Nice, good, small selling pressure days. So 2 big buying pressure, 3 small, and usually buyers step in and push it higher. Grand Tierra Energy, our reversal day of the hammer candlestick pattern. Big buying pressure, small selling pressure. I think we'll continue higher with it. Now, Tellurian's got a little more selling pressure, small buying pressure. This one could see more downside until we see a bottom. On the short term, at least. PED, Pedevco. We're just tracking sideways. We had an up day today. But overall, I mean, it looks good. We're right there kind of consolidating on the bottom line. And, we'll see where this thing heads. It's going to break somewhere at some point soon. Oasis Energy, small little down days up here. Big buying pressure, small selling pressure. It looks good. Comstock bouncing off of its basically retest to the upside. So that one looks really good. Sandridge looking good, moving up 5.37%, finishing the day strong. So that looks quite impressive. REI, Ring Energy, just chopping sideways. Surge Energy, chopping sideways above its support line. Tamarack Valley Energy, I believe is the name. Come on, Tamarack, you can load. Tamarack Valley Energy, and we had an update today. It's just the buyers and sellers are duking it out up here, and we're above its big chart pattern. So we've got a lot of support below it. There's the big chart pattern. So it looks good. Just let it go. OIH, let's go to the daily candlesticks. Big buying pressure, small selling pressure above support. I think it looks good still. TTI is looking good. I don't see a lot of selling pressure. It's all buying pressure, so that looks good. Transocean, which is RIG, is the ticker symbol. Again, it still looks good too. The selling pressure is not big. It's all buying pressure over here. So still looks good. Looking at the pump, put the pump in it. Buying pressure, selling pressure. Whenever I see this type of movement, whenever I see big buying pressure like these two and small little selling pressure like this, usually they end up resolving themselves to the upside. So that still looks good. EXTN still taking off, looking good. Valaris, it still looks good to move higher to me. MRM, MMA offshore, still looks good. Doesn't look that bad. I'm going to go with the overall sector just looking pretty good here. Tidewater, TDW. We're getting a little bit of selling pressure up here. Yeah, it was up. You got wicks at the top. I mean, this has been a monster move. It's trying to digest those moves. But the good thing is we've broken out to the upside of this pattern. And we could see a big old move to the upside eventually over the long term. So Tidewater was a great one to own and hold for a long-term investment. NEX looking good. It's just good buying pressure, moving sideways. CHX, which is Champion X Corporation, moving sideways. A little bit of a down day. It still looks good though. WHD, Cactus Incorporated, looks good, and we're breaking to the upside. Looks even better from a long-term perspective. Looks really strong from a long-term perspective chart. OII, a little bit of a small selling pressure. Buyers are still in control. Noble Energy, NE. Yeah, it still looks good to move on higher. Big buying pressure, these two candlesticks, small selling pressure. And that's what I look for, guys. When I look at these charts, what I want to see is a big, nice move higher, a slow kind of leak off. And yeah, we've got this. That's the variant news. We get a nice big move higher, kind of a slow leak off, a nice move higher, slow leak off, and it'll continue that move until we break, a pattern up here. And it'll break that pattern and move far higher, I'm guessing. HLX, this is Helix Energy Solutions. It still looks pretty good here. Nice big buying pressure, smaller selling pressure. And it's in this massive pattern, guys. Absolutely massive. And if we were to look at last bull market, I'm going to throw a Fibonacci extension on here. This entire move, if it goes up 1.618, it's up at $75. 2.618 is at 121. It's got a lot of upside potential here. So what I do is I throw a little bit in and just hold on. I just wait. I don't bet my whole life savings on it, but I'll put a little bit in there and let it ride. So I think overall it looks really good. The energy service sector looks good. The oil's been on fire. I think we have a little bit more room to the upside. Maybe $92 before we hit our next resistance level. And if we hit that resistance level, we'll see where it goes. If you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.